There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is...
Time after time, you try to take this castle, but you will never succeed.
It's so bad.
They kill him in the first episode!
Netflix screwed up.
Seemingly deemed problematic.
It appears as if
All the men die.
It would have been better if they had kept quiet.
That we have to at least be able to say what we have to say in our defense, or, whatever.
I was seeing people talking about it.
Orko dies.
They kill He-Man in the first episode!
Why can't we all just get along?
No, Jack Nicholson, I'm afraid we cannot all just get along. Why? Because Masters of the Universe just came out, and boy has it put the cat amongst the pigeons. This is a show that has people so divided with yes and no and right and wrong and this and that and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, guys, calm down. You're all pretty, alright? But let's get a little perspective here. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, that's why it's my channel, this is a good show that has been exploited by some really sleazy marketing, and I for one feel so bad for it. This is a good show. I actually enjoyed this. If you wanted to hear me rant and rave about He-Man, get woke, go broke, feminazis, then oh gosh, is the algorithm going to translate that into closed captions and then going to demonetize this video because it hears the word? You know what? Forget it. I'm going to say the words anyway, and maybe this will get buried in the algorithm, or maybe it'll actually get picked up because people love hearing people bash things, especially the anti-woke brigade and the woke brigade. It's always us versus them, blue versus red, Raw versus SmackDown. It's always people at loggerheads. And you know what the most amazing, you know what the revelation is? He-Man Revelations? I'll tell you the revelation. There's room for nuance. Oh yeah. Yeah, right now I'm Homer Simpson lying back with the cigar in his mouth going, everyone is stupid except me. And they're not. It's just that no one wants to click on a video of someone saying, I think there is logic to both sides. No, it's get woke, go broke, or the men's time is over, the patriarchy is done, sisters are doing it for themselves. And actually, you know what? There's room in the middle for someone to go, I actually quite enjoyed that show. I thought it was horribly marketed with some very dishonest approaches that did a disservice to a good, fun show. Kevin Smith, the guy who's getting a lot of flack right now. A lot. Oh my goodness. Soy boy beta cuck Kevin Smith sells his soul for... Calm down. First of all, I'm disappointed with the approach that was taken to the marketing. I don't mind a show about Teela. I really, really like the character of Teela. In fact, I dare say that at nearly 40 years old, I have a complete crush on that cartoon character. She just is a compelling character, and she's got like, you know, an impressive sort of physique. And hey, look, I like The Last of Us too. All right, I'm that guy who's like, no, you know what, strong, empowered female character, that's great. But why is it always at the detriment of the other male characters? That's a real problem, and that's what's incited so many people. Because you can have a well-written, strong female protagonist with agency who drives the story without doing it at the detriment of all the other male characters. Men don't have to be made stupid to make a woman look good. That's actually really insulting to women. It's like someone saying, look, I can't make you any better, so what I'm going to do is lower the bar really, really low so you look impressive. And that's why people should be so annoyed with He-Man and Teela and Masters of the Universe, because there have been, and this was the same arguments that we've been having when Wonder Woman came out or any other strong female-centric thing, is that it's done in a way that the only way they know how to push a woman is to make everyone else look stupid. And it's like, this is so insulting. Like, I would be so angry if someone said to me, you know what, Dave, we feel like you're not getting the recognition you deserve. So what we're going to do is we're going to only surround you with stupid people. That way, you'll seem smarter. Won't that be great? No, just help me be smarter. Although I don't have that luxury. No one can write me smarter. But writers' job is to write. So why can't you just write a compelling female character and keep the other characters also compelling? Is that like rocket science? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. How is that difficult? Why did you have to make every other man in the show either an idiot or unlikable or just a dick? There was one line that really made me laugh, which I thought was brilliant in the first episode, because I really loved the dialogue and some of the stories. I thought it was funny, like genuinely funny, when Prince Adam's dad says to him, "You see that look? That's pride. Maybe one day you'll see it from me." I was like, oh, what a bitch. And I thought, that's so funny. But then I realized as the episodes went on, no, wait, they just wrote him to be incredibly unlikable. Just like they're writing all the guys to be either stupid or unlikable. And it's like, why can't we just have likable people on both sides? Why does it always have to be a battle? It doesn't have to be a battle. But the fact that they've made it this way is spurring all the people who are saying get woke, go broke to go and make videos about this show, proclaiming it as following that liberal agenda. And the problem is you've given them the ammunition to do it. That's the frustrating thing, unless it's so cynical that you knew that was exactly what you were doing. Because this show might have just gone onto Netflix and done quite well, pleased a few He-Man fans, and then disappeared. But instead, it's at the forefront of every single YouTube page. Everyone saying, Kevin Smith has meltdown. Masters of the Universe, massive epic fail, blah 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 blah. In the meantime, everyone's talking about it. Everyone's putting it on the front page. So it doesn't surprise me for 1 second if there was a business meeting with someone with a big old fat cigar going, let's annoy as many people as we possibly can. Well, congratulations. I think you did it. In fact, the thing is, I'm not even that annoyed, but I'm getting hot talking about it because I hate manipulation. I hate people doing that kind of thing. And I can see, if I was to have a one-to-one with the producers, I would say, you're either manipulative or you're stupid. So which one is it? Are you ignorant? Or are you scheming and trying to get one over on people? Because you succeeded. People are talking about the show. But it's like a cheap wrestling angle. This show is the David Arquette title win of TV shows. It's a man dropping his pants. It gets your attention and you're kind of horrified, but then it's done. And it's a shame because this is a good show. But you marketed it as Masters of the Universe featuring starring He-Man. And apparently, I haven't seen them, but I just, you hear, you don't come here for the hard-hitting facts and journalistic research. But Kevin Smith said in interviews beforehand, we're not going to sideline He-Man. This isn't a Teela show. This is Masters of the Universe. And in the trailer, He-Man is front and center. I have the power, giving it all that. It's Masters of the Universe. That's what people expected going in. And that was the subterfuge. So much so that even saying in interviews that, no, we're definitely not doing that. No, you might think that's what we're doing, but that's not what we're doing. Swerve! Is Vince Russo on the writing team? Because that's totally what we're doing. And they're like, ha ha ha, we got you. And it's like, no, you didn't get us because that's what we asked you if you were going to do. And you said you're not. That's not a trick. That's just lying to your audience. And therein lies the problem. People feel lied to. I guess. I don't, because I didn't see any of the pre-ramble, so I didn't know what to expect. And then when He-Man was killed off in the first episode, I was like, okay, well, let's see where it goes. And then I saw how annoyed people were, and I was like, oh, they didn't market it like this at all. I see. You see, I'm in my own little bubble. If it doesn't happen directly in front of me, then I'm probably going to miss it, you know? So I was surprised by how angry people were, because I thought it was kind of pitched like this. I saw the one trailer, but I didn't really take too much of it in. But then you get into it and you realize, okay, they've sold the audience a full spill of goods, and that is what has made people so angry. And again, that's such a shame, because the show is good. It's a lot of member berries. So it would be interesting to see how many legs, or how much legs it has after the first season, because it's all... I was sat there going, ooh, Sorceress. Ooh, I remember Sorceress. Ooh, it's Whiplash. Ooh, I remember Whiplash. Beastman. It's all that. The fact that they were driving the same tanks and toys that you would buy as a kid. I mean, I'm nearly 40, so I am prime demographic. And I was so happy to go back to Eternia and see all these old friends. And then in the second episode, they've kind of jumped forward in time a little bit. And you're seeing how these characters have evolved and changed with the new landscape and stuff. It's really interesting. But again, Man-at-Arms, he's unlikable. He-Man's not even there. The villains are, the male villains are kind of doofuses. There's no one you can respect. Evelyn's cool. She's a badass. Teela she's good, but she's also written to be a little bit unlikable, because she's so kind of like, I'm so angry with everyone, I'm just going to go off and do my own thing. And it's like, I get it, but at the same time, you've been made Man-at-Arms, which is like, means that you are kind of the head of Secret Service and security, and you of all people should understand the need for secrets. So the fact that she just got all upset and left when she found out that they weren't telling her that Prince Adam was He-Man is like, that kind of betrays what the character should have been. And then the Man-at-Arms just doesn't want to help them, because he's like, nah, I'm broken now. It's like, come on, can't everyone have agency? You're kind of disappointing me here, quite frankly. So if the show was pitched as Masters of the Universe, and the trailers were like, we're going to take you into the Masters of the Universe, and we're going to do something different, we're going to show you something new. Because the thing is, there have been lots of Masters of the Universe shows since the 1980s, and they've had sort of really just, He-Man and Skeletor, and we've had that before. And you know what? There weren't that many people talking about it on YouTube, that's for sure. So again, that's where I think, nah, you're not stupid. You wanted people to talk about this because it's worked. But is it going to be diminishing returns? Because a lot of people now are going to go, well, I'm not interested in covering season 2, especially because they killed Prince Adam twice. So it's like, well, he's definitely gone now. But I really want to see where it's going, because I want to give it that chance. And I really like the character of Teela and her compatriot, her girlfriend, but not girlfriend. It's kind of coded that way, but I forget her name. But I really like the diversity in the cast and the new characters. I think it's cool, but that's just not what people were told they were going to get. And unfortunately, I think we're all still very traumatized from The Last Jedi. And this is not as bad as The Last Jedi. And I want to make that so clear, as in my opinion. Last Jedi just said, Star Wars is stupid, the thing you love is stupid, and you're stupid for liking it. You don't like what you think you like. You like this new thing that we are telling you is better. That's not what He-Man did. He-Man just said, we know that you like this, so we're going to tell you that's what it is, but actually it's not. And unfortunately, that's the dreaded line of subverting expectations. Yeah, the problem with that is, if you've actually encouraged people to get excited for this and built up those expectations, then when you subvert them, you upset people. Can you not see how that works? This is the same kind of feeling I get when I watch WWE, and I'm like, Vince McMahon doesn't know how real people think. So he doesn't understand human psychology. And it's got to be, you've got to understand human psychology to know how to appeal to human beings. You have to understand human psychology to know how to write someone likable. if you don't know what makes a human being likable, then you're not going to know how to write one in that way. And that's also the problem. And that was a similar problem that they had with The Last of Us Part 2, which I thought was excellent, and I loved the character of Abby. But at the same time, I could see, like, you're forcing this too hard. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. It's the same thing. Same but different. You know what I'm saying. So, unfortunately, the Metacritic scores or the Rotten Tomato scores are critics in the 90s, fans in the 20s to 30s. But also, those fans, that's it. It's Masters of the Universe fans who are voting on that. Because you don't vote for something on Rotten Tomatoes unless you really care about it. It's like the old expression, you know, if you are happy about something, you'll tell 2 people. If you're angry about something, you'll tell 10 people. So I'm willing to believe that there's probably about 90% of people watched Masters of the Universe and went, oh, that was an entertaining distraction. But there was 10% of people who watched it and were like, I am going to go to YouTube and Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, and I'm going to tell the world that I hate this. I don't believe that only 30% of people liked Masters of the Universe, because I thought it was still a good show. It was well written, beautifully animated, and the story was, again, it was entertaining enough. It didn't outstay its welcome. 25-minute episodes, 5 episodes, it's easy to quickly binge, and it's like, that was a fun time. But it wasn't what we were told we were going to get, and it seems like from Kevin Smith there's a lot of backtracking, and it's such a shame, because I've lost some love for Kevin Smith over the last few years, because he seems like he's so eager to desperately try and win points. Like the whole Star Wars thing, when he was posting pictures of him crying with the Luke Skywalker at the end of, like, I'm like, oh geez, come on, man, don't be that desperate. That's like me getting on one of my videos and going, Hasbro, please Hasbro, sponsor the show and give me stuff to review. I mean, I do that, but you see how pathetic that is. It's painful to watch sometimes, and so seeing someone whose films I enjoyed for a time, you're kind of just making himself so sort of like bending over backwards to try and kind of win points and get favor with studios. It's like, oh no, you should be better than this, but I don't know. I saw yoga hoses, so maybe you're not. It's tough. But guys, that was it. That was my long and winding, rambling thoughts about Masters of the Universe, a show that I thoroughly enjoyed, but was completely let down and betrayed by what I think are kind of sleazy marketing tactics that got people talking about it for the wrong reasons. So guys, what did you think? I think that, yeah, like I said, it was entertaining. The cast was great, the voices were great, the cast of voice actors was fantastic, and they all played their parts really well, and I enjoyed it. I wish it was pitched as what it was and not something else, because they kind of let themselves down with that. But anyway, that's enough rambling. I was really of 2 minds about making this because I know it's such a divisive topic, but I think I did a pretty good job of sitting right on the middle of the fence. So that's a gutless take from Model Behaviour, but it's because I have too much love for a lot of things that I feel I got that love served back to me. And you know, Prince Adam is going to come back, He-Man's going to come back. Also, I totally dig the Prince Adam redesign. They've turned him from himbo hunk to beautiful twink, and I'm like, I'm fine with this. This works. And then they go and kill him. So hopefully we'll see more of Prince Adam and He-Man in season 2. And everyone else, because yeah, I think the Teela redesign looks great. It's such a trope to have the shaved side of the head with the athletic physique. But it's kind of like a trope that I don't mind, because I think it looks kind of pretty. I myself am slowly morphing into Beast Man, so there's some continuity going on here. Anyway, that's enough of that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Chill.
Because I'm going to use a lot of planes flying overhead. At midnight, we live near an army base. This is my life. I would close the window, but it's as hot as the sun in here. So, here we are.